The monologue that I'll be performing now is from the play entitled The Audition by Gavin Hollerwood.
Well, how apropos.
Oh. You can start anytime.
Okay. Can I use this chair?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I started it. That's part of the monologue.
Oh, God. Oh, I thought you were asking us to.
No, I was doing it.
Okay.
Can I use this chair?
Yeah, it's
No.
fine.
I don't think David Cross gets nearly enough credit for being a 360-degree comedic genius.
Hey, Fazzellas. Looks like you guys are up to no good. Well, this gang used to be like that 2, 3, 4. So you think you're tough? Well, we hate rapping. But don't bust a cap in, because here's what's happening. We're breaking out some old-fashioned tapping. Oh, I was shot! Miscalculated! Retreat!
Last week I talked about how underrated I thought Greg Giraldo was, and you can see that video in one of these places. This week I want to talk about David Cross and everything from his stand-up comedy to his acting to his writing, and just how much of an influence that had on my own comedic style. Whenever I'm asked, I always say that Greg Giraldo, David Cross, and Louis C.K. are my three biggest influences. And if I had to choose top 5, then I'd also go with Bill Burr and Norm Macdonald. That's not to say that there's not hundreds of comedians that I love. You know, I love Joan Rivers and Rodney Dangerfield and Greg Fitzsimmons and Maria Bamford. All hilarious comedians. But just in terms of what has influenced my own personal style, those are my top 5.
An empty gesture and so full of like this crass commercialization. Like, fucking 24 hours after those fucking buildings went down, people all over the country are going, I own a flag distribution thing. Hello, ribbon money. Hello, flag money. 27 different flags. Stick them on your car. Stick them in your window. Stick them in your office. Stick them on your cubicle. Fucking shove them up your ass. We got special flags to shove up your ass when you're sleeping. No reason not to be a patriot when you're asleep. All the time, at all times, flags. Eat the flag. Eat it. Special edible flags.
When it comes to dark, biting, intelligent, socio-political commentary, I feel like you always hear about people like Bill Hicks and George Carlin, increasingly Bill Burr. I feel like David Cross is not really brought up in that list. I feel like David Cross, if I'm being totally honest, isn't often brought up as a stand-up. And I think he's so smart, so funny.
The dessert thing is this big, hand-carved, like chocolate mountain thing, and then on the top of the chocolate is a real sheet of real gold. To eat. And I thought, wow, man, if that isn't the ultimate fuck you to poor people, I don't know what is. And I started thinking about the journey that gold took to get to America, like starting in Uzbekistan and like a mountainside where some like 60-year-old guy with, making $5 a week, has got stubby little fingers and they're kind of half nubby and they're always all scarred and everything. He's crawling down this cave to, with his blasting caps and his nitroglycerin. He's trying to get, just scrape out any gold. I must make Susu her medicine money, and then...
I was first introduced to David Cross, I think sometime around 2004. I remember that in college, me and my friends used to drive around and we would listen to Shut Up You Fucking Baby and It's Not Funny. And it was usually me trying to like foist my comedy nerddom onto my friends, but they loved it. And we would drive around and just laugh. This is also like the height of like the Iraqi War and, Bush 2, I mean. Season 1 of Bush. Season 1 of Bush 2. I don't know. But David Cross was just like touching every possible comedic nerve.
There are segregated graveyards You know how the zombies are going to take over the human race? But, when that happens, so it's just all these skeletons that they're going to take over the human race. They're like, we must take over the human race. Wait, what were you? I'm black. Fuck you, nigger. You can't come. What? No, but I'm a skeleton. You can't tell. Fuck you.
His stand-up is super hard-hitting, and I have a problem with people who conflate, being politically correct and kind of play it safe comedy with actually having, progressive politics. There are plenty of play it safe, don't make waves comedians who are super conservative and or religious, right-leaning, whatever. And then there's plenty of kind of iconoclastic, subversive, they're going to talk about hot button issues comedians who are on the left. I think David Cross definitely falls into the latter. All that said, those times have changed and the YouTube algorithm don't like certain words. So I'm going to play some of his comedy.
Tap the guy in front of me on the shoulder. I said, excuse me, do you know if this is the line to get the beer or the line to get the tickets to get the beer? And this is what he said. I don't know, faggot. There you go. There you go.
And I might have to bleep it depending on how YouTube treats the video.
There you go. I don't know, faggot. I don't know, faggot. What? What did I do? I don't know, faggot? What? Was it because I was sucking his cock at the time? If I was doing that, I'd say, like, that's an okay thing to say, but I wasn't.
For those who aren't familiar with his stand-up, you might know David Cross from his role as Tobias Fünke on Arrested Development.
Michael, look at you. I mean, you're holding a sledgehammer. Your shirt is... Oh, I did that. Here, let me,
And Michael realized that he, too, had been too proud.
I need money.
I can't help you.
I know. It did bother me that they did so well without me, but I do have to ask them for help.
And I have to ask for an audition.
You have an audition yet?
Oh, no, I'm not in the group yet. No, I'm afraid I just blew myself.
There's got to be a better way to say that.
Even though I would argue that is a near perfect show, every line, every performance is just a masterpiece the way it comes together. If I had to absolutely choose one character to watch, for an entire season to have a spin-off of, whatever, it would be David Cross's Tobias.
Is there a little girl here all by herself?
And perhaps it was this that would finally get him to admit that he sometimes did speak in a misleading way.
Daddy needs to get his rocks off.
I'll be down in a minute. Have some lemonade. Predator gets its first rock-solid case. Pretty good lemonade, huh?
It is. Is there alcohol in here? John Beard.
Please, have a seat.
Okay.
Why are you here?
I'm here to see my little girl. I wanted to show her daddy's thing. What are you doing here?
I'm doing a local interest piece. Okay, in there, boys.
Oh, really local?
That's right, yeah.
Is this about my daughter?
Oh, so it's your daughter you're here to see?
Yes. Maybe.
If he's got a daughter.
Then how old is she?
Let me ask you this. How old is she?
Oh, why do you put me on the spot? I want to say 19, but I like to think of her as 15.
Well, you're free to go. She's not here. But this creep won't take go for an answer.
Oh, that's all right. I'll stay. Oh, wait.
And this creep makes himself right at home. Give me just a minute.
He's not leaving.
He's not leaving. He's not leaving.
Tell him there's a raccoon in the backyard.
Hey, guess what? There's a raccoon out on the patio.
Bull. Where is that little guy?
And this guy turns out to be a real comedian.
I just broke my skull in a fourth place.
Not only are his line deliveries perfect, I think David Cross is severely underrated as a physical comedian. Throughout the series, I would argue that his character has like various character developments and also like physical developments in the series. And David Cross is always willing to play with it and put his body on the line for the laugh.
I have to wear it all the time. You'd never understand.
Oh, please. I'll never understand that you can never be nude. I understand more than you'll never know.
So, Tobias chose to pursue a common interest with his daughter.
Oh, I hope so. I'm looking for something that says, Dad likes leather.
Something that says, Leather Daddy?
Oh, is there such a thing? Hey, gang. Mind if I squeeze in here for a moment? Oh! Look at us. Who'd want to mess with any of us, huh?
Excuse me.
Yes. Oh.
Did you get a job or something?
No, I didn't. Unless you consider world's coolest daddy a job. If
I haven't seen Tobias.
In fact, Tobias had intended to come, but had a slight miscommunication with his cab driver.
Where to, mate?
The Gothic Castle.
Gothic Castle.
That's what I said.
And ended up in the wrong location.
Oh, I am glad I didn't go with that outfit. Yes, hello. I am looking for the magic. Dunkashane?
Tobias, meanwhile, had used his cat-like agility to get the evidence at Maggie's house.
The cat is in it.
Unfortunately, it was just as Maggie came home.
Is there someone here?
She couldn't reveal to the man she recognized as Tobias that she knew he was there without betraying her secret. And Tobias was finding her an uncannily difficult blind girl to outmaneuver. Their game of cat and mouse continued.
Okay, Lindsay, are you forgetting that I was a professional twice over, an analyst and a therapist, the world's first analrapist?
Yes, and you were almost arrested for those business cards.
Yes, no, it did not look good on paper. Ah, here comes the bride.
What are you doing in a wheelchair?
No, it's a dolly to help videotape your nuptials.
I don't think I need any footage of my nuptials. Tobias, are you sure that this dolly isn't related to your recent health problems?
Okay, so my legs and my left arm occasionally go to sleep, and you want to call it a health problem. Whoa.
Hey.
No, I can get up myself. Oh, ah, yeah. Let me get in the dolly. No, thank you, I don't need your help. Because I'm going to star in the video Job's making for the gala.
Oh, yeah, it'll be very uplifting. Oh, here, let me get that for you.
Thank you. Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh.
You know what? We're gonna need this from another angle.
Are you sure you're okay?
Oh, probably. I can't feel anything. How's my hair?
It's fine. It's sucking the life out of you. Her?
I'm afraid I'm with Michael on this. The guy runs a prison. He can have any piece of ass he wants. Oh, come on. Don't leave your Uncle Teabag hanging.
Please don't call yourself that.
What he was having trouble with was looking directly at his dying uncle.
This is heartbreaking. Gotta get this for the video. Hey, George Michael, you want to put your head down there by his drainage shunt?
George Michael, what I want you to do is run upstairs and run a nice bath for Uncle Tobias, and I want you to help him get in the tub. Can you do that for me? Thanks.
And don't make the water too hot. The scabs come right off.
So, come on, Lynn.
Oh, it's on standby. Got another one in you?
If you enjoyed Arrested Development, you cannot sleep on the increasingly poor decisions of Todd Margaret.
You want the truth? Let's start with this. These are drapes, not rapes, okay? I'm not a rapist. I'm not. Okay? I don't like rape. Not even the fake kind where the woman kind of secretly likes it. All right? Classical rape.
Todd, please stop saying rape.
Okay. It is kind of funny, though. I mean, just the other day I was in here trying to convince people I wasn't a racist. Now I'm in here trying to convince people I'm not a rapist. You know? I mean, what's it with me and the R-A-ist words? I know they kind of rhyme. Sounds a little like a song from a musical. I'm not a rapist or a racist or a racist rapist, but I do think you are cute. Boom, boom.
Jesus, Todd.
She liked it.
This is a show, I believe it was on IFC in the States, but it was written, produced, starring David Cross, and was actually shot in London. And I think, you know, the idea was produced for a British channel over there. And so the distribution like wasn't on a big network over here, but it was absolutely hilarious.
What is this place, like a museum or something? Like a... Are you here for the tour? No, where I come from, it's polite to respond to somebody.
Son named Paul. No.
My name is Todd.
It was kind of like that Arrested Development, you know, Tobias spinoff that I was looking for. It was Arrested Development on steroids. And between the crass humor, the wordplay, the intricate plot twists, it was kind of amazing to me that David Cross had written all that and it resonated in a tone that was similar to me to maybe a more R-rated version of Arrested Development. Because it wasn't written by Mitchell Hurwitz. However, Will Arnett is in it as well. So if you like Arrested Development, go and check out Todd Margaret. It is phenomenal. David Cross has like an immense vocabulary. I think he seems like a very logical person. I think he's very smart in his comedy.
It's your time, and you'd be like, but I used electric scissors for 40 years. All right, well, you got another 3.5 minutes then. Oh... Goody. What should I do? I don't know. It's your 3.5 minutes. You saved it up. Oh. I'm ready now.
He did start at Emerson College, but ended up dropping out. And I find it really interesting that a lot of these extremely intelligent comedians never graduated college, or in the case of Louis C.K., never went to college. Or in the case of George Carlin, apparently never graduated high school. Greg Giraldo clearly had an issue with understanding kind of the popularity of comedians who were playing to the lowest common denominator, a la Larry the Cable Guy.
How the fuck are you so popular? Jesus fucking Christ. This one finally broke my back. Your fans can't even afford cable. They're not coming because they think you're funny. They've never seen a cable guy. You could have come up with other characters your fans have never seen, like Larry the dentist, or Larry the librarian, or Larry the high school diploma.
David Cross seemed to have those same issues as well, as he got in a semi-public feud with Dan Whitney, a.k.a. Larry the Cable Guy, in 2007, and penned an open letter to him on his website that would later be published in his, I think, 2009 book, I Drink for a Reason.
But perhaps the funniest or oddest thing in your book is you taking me to task for being PC. Have you heard my act? I will match your un-PC-ness any day of the week, my friend. I truly believe, and have said on stage amongst other things, that Orthodox Jews are bar none the most annoying people as a group that walk this earth. I absolutely refuse to say the term African American. It's a ridiculous and ill-applied label that was accepted with a thoughtless rush just to make white people feel at ease and slightly noble. I also believe that in the right setting, that as unfortunate as it may be, retarded people can be a near constant source of entertainment. Fact. Larry, as far as audiences are concerned, whether northern, southern, straight, gay, male, female, liberal, conservative, Christian, or Jew, I've walked them all. It didn't matter if it was a room full of enlightened, hippie, lesbian Wiccans at Catch a Rising Star in Cambridge, Massachusetts, or literally hundreds of students at the University of St. Louis, a Jesuit school, or a room full of the cutest, angriest frat boys in Baton Rouge, all threatening to beat me up. I un-PC'd the shit out of them. That's another thing that bothers me, too. I honestly believe that if we had worked a week together at whatever dumbass club in American Strip Mall number 29,834 in God's country, USA, and hung out that week and got good and drunk after the shows,
that you and I would have been making each other laugh. I imagine we would have politely disagreed on a few things, but not only would we be laughing, but we'd often be laughing at the expense of some of the audience members at that night's show, and you know it. I'll address your easy, bullshit, sanctimonious, don't mess with my audience crap further on. But for now, let's get a lur-ding-dong done. Okay, here's what I said in the Rolling Stone interview, and I quote, "He's good at what he does. It's a lot of anti-gay, racist humor, which people like in America, all couched in, I'm telling it like it is. He's in the right place at the right time for that gee shucks, proud to be a redneck, I'm just a straight shooter, multi-millionaire, and cut-off flannel selling ringtones act. That's where we are as a nation now. We are in a state of vague American values and anti-intellectual pride." Unquote.
Man, so much has changed in terms of where we're at as a country, hasn't it? Obviously, you can't talk about David Cross without talking about the show that kind of put him on the map, Mr. Show, which he created with his comedy partner, Bob Odenkirk. Yes, that Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul. And that premiered in late 95 on HBO and I think ran for 5 seasons. It was bizarre, smart.
Was Dracula's pajama party. 7 o'clock was the time it started. Oh, Dracula! It's like a terrible party. Oh, Dracula!
Well, this is preposterous. Monsters getting together to celebrate? I mean, think about how that sounds. It's ridiculous. I mean, they get together, it's going to be a terrifying battle. They're not going to get along, much less have a bash of some kind.
No. I wrote Dracula's Pajama Party to help me deal with the pain and fear I had. It happened. It happened to me.
Absurd.
You're his favorite band. His parents are afraid he's going to try to kill himself again.
Oh, well, people don't usually jump into a vat of acid twice, do they?
Maybe you can convince him that his life is worth living.
You're my favorite band. I mean, I played your song Try Suicide right before I tried suicide.
Oh, yeah, we got you this T-shirt.
Yeah!
Our new T-shirt. Hey, buddy, try it on. Oh, my God.
Subversive, crass.
That part of his body has more personality than his whole face.
Well, Gary, we can already see his bing bong and his flabby habby babby.
I'm not talking about his cock and his ass, you imbecile. I want that.
That's why he started Taint magazine. Other people must have liked it too, because it sold by the hundreds. Pretty soon there were plenty of imitators flooding the market, but Gary kept ahead of the ball.
A treasure trove of comedic bits that you can check out online. I think the DVDs, who gets DVDs anymore? Whatever. Check it out on HBO. It's on, or Max. Whatever the fuck we're calling things now. In 2015, an iteration of Mr. Show came back under the name With Bob and David on Netflix. I would say even maybe more poignant and sharp now that they had, whatever, another 20 years under their belt of comedy and writing. So much so that Netflix actually pulled, if not an entire episode, at least a sketch that they deemed to be too problematic after the fact, even though it's satire and it's making fun of dumbasses and racists. But I seem to have found a copy of it. It was scrubbed from YouTube, and I'm going to see if I can include it in here without issue.
This is Gilvin Daughtry with Citizens Against Unlawful Abuse, and I am being made to stop at what looks like an impromptu checkpoint here on the corner of Racine and Wellington, and I'm going to show you how to maintain your rights in the face of police harassment.
It's David Cross playing one of those First Amendment auditor dudes who film themselves on YouTube and intentionally try to get in trouble with the police and stuff. And you know, it seems like they like to get in trouble, to prove a point, to get YouTube clicks and stuff. And basically, David Cross is playing a character that can't get this black police officer.
Well, roll your window down, please.
I'm only required by state law to roll down my window just enough to facilitate conversation and passage of documents. According to the California state law, you only need to roll down your window 2 inches to facilitate conversation and passage of documents. Am I being accused of a crime, officer?
You are not. Can I see your documents, please?
That is all you're required by law to show, is your license and
Well, everything seems to be in order, sir. You're free to go.
Sometimes some of these officers are new and don't know the exact concept of what they're supposed to do.
License and registration. Did I just see you?
Okay, if you've accidentally left your window down, as I just have, you are legally allowed to roll it back up to just the 2 inches required by California state law.
Sir, you're free to go through. You can go right on through. Yes, sir.
Dempsey-
Please move along. I've got a lot of cars I got to get
Can I
through,
ask
sir.
you a question? Are you new here, or do you...
No, I'm not new. I'm just saying
And he goes so far as to try to don blackface to upset Keegan-Michael Key's police officer.
What the fuck?
Hello, brother. How can I be of service to you today?
Jerry,
Is this the guy that's been dicking you around?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. We got a job to do here.
Okay, officer, I'm fully cooperating.
Yeah,
licensed
cooperate with us.
Oh, shit! Oh, God!
And instead is mistaken for an actual black person by a white police officer.
Finally, here we go! Oh, God, it stinks! Okay, officer, I am taping this interaction, okay? Oh, Jesus!
I mean, it's fucking brilliant satire. Come on, Netflix, put it back on. This is just a small fraction of David Cross's work. You know, he's continuing to do stand-up that's absolutely hilarious. I hope he continues to put out future work like Todd Margaret. It's just good to have in the world. I hope that with Bob and David comes back, or in some sort of other iteration of that as well. I'm just hoping to bring some more focus to comedians who have influenced me and I think have maybe flown under the radar of, I don't know, more mainstream conversations about comedy. You can check out the video I made last week about Greg Giraldo again, somewhere around here. Please subscribe to my channel. I just got done shooting my mini special. It went super well. I'll talk more about that as that approaches. But yeah, subscribe to me, and if you want, follow me on all the other social media platforms at Eric Berry Comedy. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Cool. Thanks.